The air in Kerala hits you first, a warm, damp embrace, thick with the scent of rain-soaked earth and blossoming flowers. It's as if the very atmosphere is alive, wrapping you in a cocoon of humidity and fragrance, hinting at the mysteries and stories waiting to unfold. Every breath feels heavy with promise, and the world seems to slow down, inviting you to truly arrive, not just in place, but in spirit. I arrived in July, as the monsoon painted the landscape in brilliant greens. The rain had just passed, leaving behind a world washed clean and glistening, every leaf and blade of grass sparkling with droplets. The monsoon here is not just a season, it's a celebration, a time when the land comes alive, and the people welcome the rain as an old friend. They call this place God's own country, and as my taxi rattled along winding roads, I began to see why. The journey itself felt like a gentle initiation, the windows open to let in the earthy scent and the distant sound of temple bells. Every turn revealed a new vista, rolling hills, endless palms, and glimpses of village life unfolding at its own pace. Life here bursts forth with untamable energy, palm trees sway, their fronds dancing wildly in the monsoon breeze, as if celebrating the rain's return. The landscape is a living, breathing entity, pulsing with color and movement. Birds with jeweled feathers sing, their calls echoing through the trees, adding music to the air. Each bird seems to carry a story, a splash of color against the endless green, reminding you that nature here is both vibrant and abundant. And the backwaters lap gently in the distance, their surface shimmering in the soft light. These waterways are the veins of Kerala, connecting villages and lives, carrying fishermen and travelers alike. The gentle rhythm of the water is soothing, a constant reminder of the slow, unhurried pace of life here. The sounds, a symphony of horns, calls to prayer and laughter, create a living soundtrack. The streets are alive with energy, from the rickshaws weaving through traffic to the vendors calling out their wares, and the distant, melodic call to prayer drifting over rooftops. It's a place where every sound tells a story, and every moment is filled with life. Kerala demands you stop, listen, and feel. It's a place that insists on presence, on noticing the small details, the way the light filters through the trees, the chorus of insects at dusk, the laughter of children echoing down narrow lanes. Here, you are invited to be more than a visitor. You are asked to become a part of the rhythm of life. I came seeking stories and connection, hoping to find the real spirit of India. I wanted to go beyond the guidebooks, to meet the people who call this place home, to listen to their stories and share in their daily lives. Kerala, I sensed, had lessons to teach, about resilience, about joy, about the beauty of simplicity. The landscape, with its emerald paddy fields and languid canals, felt like a storybook. Every scene was a painting come to life, the water reflecting the sky, the fields stretching endlessly, dotted with farmers in wide-brimmed hats. It was a place where time seemed to slow, and the world felt softer, more forgiving. As the day wore on, the sensory overload settled into a gentle rhythm. The golden light of evening cast long shadows and the air grew cooler, filled with the scent of jasmine and wood smoke. The chaos of arrival faded, replaced by a sense of calm and belonging. Women in bright saris walked gracefully, their laughter mingling with the shouts of children playing with abandon. The colors of their clothing seemed to mirror the vibrancy of the land itself, and their easy smiles spoke of a deep-rooted contentment. And the pace of life invited me to slow down. Here there is no rush, only the gentle unfolding of each moment, the invitation to savor, to observe, to simply be. My hurried thoughts quieted, replaced by a profound sense of wonder. In Kerala, I found not just a destination but a way of seeing, a reminder that sometimes the greatest journeys begin with simply opening your senses and letting a place wash over you. During a quiet walk along a tranquil canal in Kerala, I found myself surrounded by the gentle sounds of water lapping against the banks and the rustle of palm leaves overhead. The world seemed to slow down, and for a moment, I felt completely at peace, far from the bustle of city life. I paused to try and photograph a kingfisher, its brilliant blue feathers flashing as it darted above the water. Capturing wildlife in their natural habitat always fills me with a sense of wonder, and I was determined to get the perfect shot. So focused was I on the bird that I almost missed the presence of a woman quietly watching me from her doorway, her gaze curious yet kind. Her smile radiated warmth, and her eyes sparkled with a gentle invitation. There was something instantly reassuring about her presence, as if she was silently saying, "You're welcome here." She beckoned me in, speaking in Malayalam. Though I didn't understand her words, Her gestures and tone made her meaning unmistakable. It was a universal language of hospitality, one that transcended any barrier. I hesitated at first, unsure if I should intrude. But the sincerity in her eyes, and the openness of her smile reassured me. Her hospitality felt genuine, and I found myself drawn in by her kindness, so I accepted her invitation. Inside, she introduced herself as Mira, pointing to herself and then to her home saying, "Mira, Vidu." It was a simple introduction, but it carried so much meaning, an offering of friendship and belonging. I shared my name in return and she repeated it with a musical lilt, her voice turning my name into something new and beautiful. We laughed together at our attempts to bridge the language gap, both of us eager to connect. In that brief exchange, a genuine connection was forged, one that needed no words, only openness and goodwill. Following her inside felt like stepping into another world, one filled with the scents of spices, the soft glow of afternoon light, and the quiet hum of daily life in Kerala. My initial apprehension faded away, replaced by a deep sense of gratitude and excitement for what lay ahead. I realized I was being offered a rare glimpse into a life so different from my own. This was the kind of experience I'd always hoped for when traveling, a genuine human connection, unplanned and authentic, that makes every journey unforgettable. Mira's invitation was more than just a gesture of hospitality. It was an act of trust, a willingness to open her home and her life to a stranger, and to share a piece of her world with me. It was a moment of pure serendipity, a reminder that the most meaningful encounters often happen when you least expect them. Sometimes, the most beautiful parts of travel are the ones you never plan for, the spontaneous invitations, the chance meetings, the kindness of strangers that stays with you long after the journey ends. I felt incredibly privileged to be part of this moment, grateful for Mira's trust and the unexpected friendship that blossomed from a simple smile and an open door. Stepping inside Mira's home was like entering a cool sanctuary, a respite from the humid heat. The air was fragrant with sandalwood and spices, sunlight casting patterns through wooden latticework. The house was small but filled with peace and history, family photos, a jasmine-adorned shrine, simple furniture. Mira led me to a central courtyard open to the sky with a frangipani tree at its heart, rainwater collected in a stone urn, tiny fish darting inside. The gentle drizzle on the leaves created a peaceful oasis. This was a home designed for living in harmony with its environment. Every element, from the cool floors to the open courtyard, reflected centuries of wisdom. I felt deep respect for this traditional way of life. Mira's hospitality was immediate. She brought cool water and sweet spiced chai before I could even sit. Soon her family appeared, Rajan, her quiet husband, and Priya, her bright English-speaking daughter. Priya became our translator, and conversation flowed. Questions, stories, laughter. The house had been in their family for generations, every corner holding memories. What struck me most was their effortless generosity. Their home was modest, but their warmth was boundless. They shared their time, food, and stories with pure joy. Hospitality here was not an obligation, but a celebration. I felt humbled by their kindness, a reminder of the goodness in the world. As evening fell, Mira insisted I stay for dinner. The kitchen filled with the aromas of mustard seeds, curry leaves, and fresh coconut. Mira moved with expert grace, grinding spices and chopping vegetables from their own garden. Priya explained each step, sharing the secrets of Kerala cuisine. Dinner was served on a banana leaf red rice, lentil curry, coconut stew, spicy pickles, and crispy papadams. Each dish was a revelation, a perfect balance of flavors. Eating with my hands felt natural, connecting me to the food and the family. We shared stories and laughter as we ate. In that moment, I was not a tourist, but part of their family circle. The meal was more than food, it was an expression of love and culture. I felt truly at home. As rain drummed on the roof and the power flickered out, we gathered by lamplight. Mira shared childhood tales, temple festivals, folk stories, mischievous gods. Rajan spoke of the backwaters, fishing, and boatmen's songs. Their stories painted vivid pictures of Kerala's past and present. These were living histories, shared with warmth and generosity. In that dim room, I realized travel is about listening to new stories and letting them change you. Their willingness to share was a powerful lesson in trust and connection. My time with Mira's family was brief, but the lessons were lasting. Their happiness was rooted in family, community, faith, and respect for nature, not possessions. They found joy in simple things: a meal, a story, the sound of rain. Their home worked with the climate, their food came from the land, and their rhythms followed the seasons. Their generosity was genuine, expecting nothing in return. It reminded me that beneath our differences we all seek love and community. Their home was a microcosm of how the world could be if we chose kindness. They were wealthy in love, tradition, and contentment. This experience redefined prosperity for me. It was a lesson I would carry long after leaving Kerala. The next morning, the world outside sparkled after the rain. It was time to leave, and sadness settled over me. Mira packed food for my journey, banana chips and sweet cakes, her care evident in every detail. Priya gave me their address, making me promise to write. We exchanged hugs, their warmth transcending words. As I walked away, I turned for one last wave. Their smiling faces framed in the doorway are etched in my memory. The journey back was quiet, my mind replaying every moment. This was more than a travel memory, it was a turning point. The small parcel of food was a reminder of the intangible gift I'd received. My journey to Kerala became so much more than a simple trip. It became a journey into the very heart of human kindness. As I wandered through the emerald green landscapes and winding village paths, I found myself welcomed not just as a visitor, but as a friend, embraced by a warmth that felt both unexpected and deeply familiar. The encounter with Mira's family was a turning point. It showed me that the most profound connections are often unplanned, blossoming in the most ordinary moments. A shared meal, a gentle smile, or a simple invitation to step inside. These connections happen when we let go of hesitation, accept an invitation, and step across a threshold, both literal and metaphorical. In those moments, we share our humanity, our stories, and our hopes, discovering that we are not so different after all. Despite our differences in language, culture, or background, we all seek the same things: connection, understanding, and kindness. It's in these shared experiences that we find common ground, and sometimes even a sense of belonging far from home. Mira's smile and the warmth of her home needed no translation. The gentle gestures, the laughter echoing through the rooms, and the simple act of sharing food spoke volumes about the universal language of hospitality. In a world that often feels divided, my time in Kerala taught me the importance of tearing down walls, both those built by society and those we build within ourselves. When we reach out with an open heart, we invite others to do the same, creating a ripple of kindness that can travel far beyond borders. The greatest treasures in travel aren't souvenirs or photographs, but the memories of kindness and connection. These are the moments that linger long after the journey ends, shaping how we see the world and each other. So, travel with your heart. Be open to the unexpected, listen deeply, share your own story, and connect with those you meet. Every encounter holds the possibility of a new friendship, a new perspective, or a lesson in compassion. The bond I made in that small house in Kerala is a quiet, enduring reminder of our shared humanity. It's a memory I carry with me, a gentle nudge to keep my heart open wherever I go. In the end, the most beautiful journey is the one we make toward each other, one step, one smile, one act of kindness at a time.